Hey everybody, welcome back to Casino Royale with Cheese. This is Shane, and I'm going to draw the attention away from myself for once today and put the attention on you guys and celebrate you because we are now over 1,000 subscribers, which is terrific. Congratulations, everybody. I knew we could do it all along, so that's fantastic. Um, I wouldn't say that it's necessarily changed my life all that much. See, I'm from the old school YouTube where pretty much you could monetize anytime you wanted. And so it was the deal where I never made fucking any money off of it really to speak of. Like every so often I'd have 11 cents or so hit my PayPal. Like it really didn't matter. I didn't even remember the password of my PayPal. And so I didn't even bother with it. um, so I don't know. It's probably not going to make a huge difference. However, though, I think that it is kind of a big milestone. And I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about why. And then I've got a surprise for you. Um, so I would say that if there was one great misstep that I've ever had with this channel, I would say it was deleting my old Let's Play videos. I didn't realize how popular those videos were and how much they meant to a lot of people. And I fucked up royally whenever I deleted them shitters. Um, Basically, my train of thought was, well, nobody fucking even watches these anymore. So why do they care? Nobody's even going to notice if these aren't here anymore. And that's when the feedback came in after I deleted them all. Was people were talking about how they would like rewatch all of my old videos fucking every night before they went to sleep and shit. I was like, oh my gosh, man, I have fucked up royally. It was a tremendous error on my part. And unfortunately, and I'm always the guy, ironically, that thinks, you hear about like footage, like I guess a good example is like the bug canyon scene or the bug gorge, the bug pit, I guess, from like King Kong, and like they had this whole scene that they had filmed, but it wound up getting destroyed. But like back in the day, they never saved that shit. They never thought that it was going to be anything. They would make a movie and then fucking, I mean, the good ones got kept, but there's been a lot of movies that were lost because, they just fucking, who cares? It was just garbage and never made any money, and it's just trash, and there's a lot of movies that have never been seen because of that, and or they're not available to see nowadays, I guess. But, I'm sitting here and I'm like, man, that's just really bad foresight on their part, I guess. And then look at me, do the same fucking thing, like an asshole. So that was a major error on my part, I think. If I wasn't going to be doing new Let's Plays, the least I could have done would be to at least have them available. I could even put them on a channel. I didn't even, I could have even deleted them as long as I had saved them, because at the time I thought, fuck it, nobody cares. But man, that was a fuck up on my part. I did not realize how much people enjoyed those. And then, there were a lot of mistakes that me and Mike made whenever we were doing the podcast, but I really wouldn't say that those were fuck ups. I mean, it was just kind of a learning process. Even, I think it would be generous to say that we got mixed reviews, outside of, friends that listen and things of that nature. But I still would say that it was a learning experience, at least. I mean, we fuck shit up, but we learn shit too. On a technical level, I got better at that all the time. The first fucking episode was terrible, but we actually got pretty good, especially if you listen to the last one the press one was in. We're all like feeding off of different microphones and shit. And on a technical level, I got a lot of good shit going with that. So, I mean, that was probably the biggest problem that I had. So, anyway, to me, though, the big deal about having 1,000 subscribers, because the podcast did have such mixed reviews. And so the people that I feel like were fans of mine at the beginning, a lot of them were really turned off whenever I deleted all of those. I deleted them, and then I came up with this fucking middle of the road, whatever podcast that they weren't impressed with. And they're like, well, why the fuck am I hanging out here? And they just dipped, And so I kind of figured that for a while we were bleeding a lot of people. And we started to fucking get some people back. And so, to me, that means that whenever we crossed over that 1,000 threshold, we're getting some steam going again, here. And it's like I said, it doesn't make any real big difference to me. Like my life, I'm still going to work tomorrow. I don't give a fuck, really. But it is kind of nice to see that the community is growing a little bit, because I like to see that people are interested in the same shit that I am, and things like that. So that's really why I do this. I like to just talk things over and fucking talk to you guys, because I talk to my wife about this shit and she doesn't fucking care at all, So anyway, that's kind of where I'm at. Anyway, so thank you again, guys, for a second time or third or whatever. Make it 1,000 times infinity. I wanted to go through and show you guys something that I thought was pretty cool for the just kind of a little get together. This is actually pre-recorded. I recorded it yesterday, so that's why my attire does not match that. You'll notice that you can't see my pants, but whatever. My sleeves and stuff are not the same. Anyway, what was I going to say? Oh, yeah, I wanted to kind of show you guys around my man cave, because what's cool is I didn't get married until I was in my late 20s, and so I had all through my 20s with no kids, and like I was making decent money, so I had a little bit of an expendable income, so I had a lot of pop culture crap, which is really cool because it's stuff that I could never afford nowadays. The amount of stuff I can buy stuff every so often, but kids, they occupy a lot of money, so it tightens up a little bit. So I was glad that I had the opportunity to get all this junk when I did. I'm glad I didn't smoke meth, because it will eat your money up too, and you really don't get much out of that deal. So unfortunately, however, I live in Oklahoma. The odds were against me. That being said, I'm going to show you guys around, show you my DVDs, some of my video game stuff, some of my memorabilia. Don't mind the Christmas stuff. Just kind of show you guys around, see what's up, and say thank you once again. And what's going to come up next is actually some content of substance. This new stuff that I've been coming out with lately is just kind of like fluff, sort of just me rambling. But next time we're going to talk about some serious, hard-hitting issues, not political and not religious. So they're not that hard-hitting, actually. However, make sure that you join me then, and I will see you all on the flippity flop. Hey there, everybody. Sorry if there's a little bit of a decrease in the audio quality, but I'm just using the microphone on my camera here to record all this. This is the room. Basically, I told my wife whenever we bought a house that I wanted a place to put all my crap. I'm going to show you guys some of the stuff that I have. It's kind of neat. I mean, I guess it's not like a huge collection, but it's kind of nice. So anyway, sorry I haven't taken down my Christmas tree up here yet. But anyway, let's take a look here. First of all, there's some PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4 games. We got R2 and C-3PO. My niece made me this lightsaber. It's a replica of the Darth Vader lightsaber that you see right there. Sorry if you didn't get a good look at that. There's a PS2. That's not my original PS2. I actually had a PS2 that hooked up. It was the one that had the pop-out tray, but that thing burned out a long time ago. That is for, I think, Guitar Hero, I want to say. Let's see. This, I think, is a USS Vengeance. That came with the Blu-ray box set that my wife got me for Star Trek Into Darkness. Yeah, that's what it was. Anywho, let's see. We got the Sega Genesis. That's not my original Sega Genesis. I actually had the Model 1 back in the day. The big one. Ooh, you like that, don't you? Oh, girl. No, anyway, that one I had to get because there was the cable hooked up in the back. It broke loose. And I don't have a solder gun, and I don't know anything about that. I can solder pipe, can't solder that. There's PS4, that's the original. So here's my NES collection. This right here is Darth Vader's head. That's actually a 3D sculpture there. If you notice here, look real close, you can see that each one of these is an individual piece, and it's layered all the way up. So it's pretty dope, huh? That thing's old. Here's all the NES games that I have. I like NES a lot. It's not a huge collection. I like it. One thing that is kind of nice, there's this. That's my 150-in-1 collection, which is, most collectors will tell you that like that's kind of a no-no, but nah, fuck it. I wanted to play some other games, and there's certain games in there, like the Flintstones games and shit like that, that were like blockbuster exclusives, that are just super rare, and I'd never have them otherwise. Like Mega Man here, that's all the NES Mega Mans, but you know, copies of Mega Man 2 are going for very, very sizable amounts, so you know, I don't know. I love Mario 3. It's still one of my favorite games of all time. But so there's that. I saw this one actually. It kind of cracked me up a little bit. This is if you notice that, and if you're familiar with the Angry Video Game Nerd, he's talked about these. But this is one of the old Bible games that they had back in the day. I'd like to get some more of those. It's kind of fun. We used to have those actually when I was a kid, but I don't think that's where it was. Maybe it is. I don't know. Here's my Sega crap. I like the Sega back in the day because it had these fancy boxes, you know. Nintendo was putting out this crappy cardboard junk. These things are, you know, I never threw any of these away. These are nice, you know. Even this one is Pitfall here. That one's a paper box, but just because, you know, these other ones, I never threw any of these away. I never threw that one out either, you know. Here's some that I got that I might have thrown out in the Sonic and Knuckles box, actually. People that aren't familiar, you can hook up Sonic 3 and Knuckles together, and makes it a bigger game. It like combines the two games. Here's all my Super Nintendo junk. I don't have very much of it. I never had a Super Nintendo growing up. We had to choose Sega or Super Nintendo, and since Dad was able to score us a free Sega, then basically that was what we got. Here's my N64 stuff. I used to have a lot more. I had to sell a bunch of stuff, and I bought all this stuff, you know, just in recent history. There's GoldenEye. There's, was not enough. You know, I mean, a bunch of the essentials. I don't know. I just recently actually got Banjo-Kazooie for the first time, and I'm anxious to really sit down and nibble on it a little bit. This is cool. This is a lamp that I got for Christmas here. If you look, you can see Mario's rocking it down here. Whenever he jumps, he turns on the light. Pretty dope, huh? This is a bowl. If you take a look, flip that over. If you put batteries in it, it talks to you when you reach your hand in there and grab shit out of it. So that's kind of cool, I guess. You'll notice with a lot of the Star Wars stuff that I have that not a lot of it is from Disney Star Wars. That I've basically stopped buying Star Wars merch for the most part. This is all stuff I got a long time ago. You can see here I got, this is actually from the 1997 re-release. I'd like to have one from the 1983, but I don't see that happening. There's some old prequel stuff. There's some episode 2 stuff. You can see that's from the DVD release down there. That's from the 1997 release too. That's an awesome poster. That thing's super cool. And there's the old Hulk hanging out. You'll see up here that I built these shelves. And I'm going to show you my movies, but I put these shelves up to encompass. You can kind of see what all I got up there. This right here is actually pretty neat. Now if you'll notice, you can see real close there, but the glass is broken on that, but we'll get it fixed one of these days. This was actually Taco Bell promotion where they were giving out all 4 of these posters, and I had to go to Taco Bell 4 separate times to get these bad boys, but totally worth it. You put them all together though, and if you'll notice, they kind of make like a mural here, you know, where you can see that they kind of connect. It's kind of difficult to tell since they're framed, but it's a pretty nice setup. What's cool about this, I can show you here real quickly, is I got, of course, Spider-Man, or Spider-Spud, I guess. That was from the fair. Freddy Krueger glove. That right there is a cookie jar. And what's cool about it is that it was like a tie-in with Nabisco. So you had to get, eat like a certain amount of cookies. You'd be disgusted if you knew how many Chips Ahoy's I had to eat to get that thing. That's from 2005 episode 3 release merch. There's this thing. This is from the 1997. Here, just a second. 1997 release. I don't know if you can see that or not, but there's Darth Vader on that side. Yoda on that side. If you can figure that out, let me know. Pretty dope, huh? This right here is a really cool box set. If you can see that. That was from a release. These action figures, it was like a Disney tie-in, but what's cool about that is that actually predates the Disney Star Wars acquisition. So that's actually kind of rare, I would think. I don't know, I might be way off base. There's all my TV show stuff. You'll notice that, so I have all my Star Trek stuff right there, and then I would go through and buy, like, there's 24, like the first 5 seasons, and then like it'd be available on streaming, and so I'd stop buying it, and so you can see I've done that. I started buying Lost, actually, and whenever I was buying it, the end of the show, I was kind of anxious to collect them all, and then the end of the show came about, and I was so disappointed I never picked it back up. And then there's a friend of mine that was like, hey, I was wanting to check that show out, and I was like, okay, well, you can just have this, it's fine. And so I just gave him the first season. I'm still stuck with the second one. There's Walking Dead. These are the old Max Fleischer Superman cartoons. Flight of the Conchords, all that. Roseanne, obviously. The Office, that went up on Netflix. Stop Collecting. Dexter, same deal. And there's the Mr. Bean stuff. There's some more other crap that I have here. Here we go. I thought I'd show you guys this shelf over here. Some kind of cool stuff. This is a Burger King tie-in. Each one of these little canisters has a watch in it, and each one is themed for each 6 of the Star Wars George Lucas ones. Here's a Burger King tie-in for the 2009 Star Trek. There's glasses in each one of these. I got that flask because I was a best man at a buddy's wedding. And there's some Star Trek Next Generation 25th Anniversary Pez dispensers, so that's kind of cool too. So, so I kind of got different stuff all around, kind of neat. I got that really dope-ass Boba Fett clock there, which is pretty neat. There's a little Hulk 3D poster there. And also, I thought this was kind of cool. This is a Batman and Robin, the Boy Wonder, issue number 1, which is pretty fucking sweet. So, I like it. I like it. Let's move on to the DVDs and Blu-rays. Okay, so if you take a look, you'll notice a lot of my DVD and Blu-ray collection that I don't, like, I'm not John Rockefeller. I'm not going to go through and replace a lot of my crap, especially like James Bond, because I bought all of these. So that's a lot of money to fork over just to have it, just to go through and redo it all over again. So it's probably never going to happen. My collection is kind of funny because you can tell whenever the Blu-ray became prominent, because I went through like DVD, and then we get to Skyfall, Blu-ray, so you'll see a lot of that in my collection. There are a couple things that I have upgraded to the Blu-ray, but a lot of stuff I'm not that worried about it. So we got some general stuff here. I kind of rationalized James Bond going up front because of the 007 status, and so I kind of think of him as being the beginning of the numerical values, if you will. So all the numbers up front, everything's alphabetical in this, or it should be. It's pretty close to it. I haven't looked at it in a while, but that's okay. Here we got, like some of these fucking like value packs, like the Adam Sandler shit. I got this was a double fucking 28 days, 28 weeks later, that sort of thing. One thing that you will notice, though, is that I did upgrade this, and that's the Alien Anthology, because I used to have the Alien Legacy, and then they had the Alien, after the Legacy, they came out with the Alien Quadrilogy on DVD. And then I guess this was the Blu-ray. And really the only reason that I bought that was so that I could get the assembly cut of Alien 3 with the good sound editing and all that. So that was my rationalization. Here's Alien Covenant, and I actually threw Prometheus down over that way because it starts with a P and it's really kind of almost unrelated to, you know, the alien stuff. I mean, I guess there's an alien in it, but that's not really what the movie's about. Alien vs. Predator, fun but stupid. You're not getting a Blu-ray upgrade, I'll tell you that fucking much. Milos Forman, Amadeus, I actually like a lot of his stuff, so if you get a chance, check him out. American Pies, I actually wouldn't mind getting American Reunion, but we'll see about that. We got the Batman stuff, you'll notice, well, here we go, Back to the Future, all on DVD. I'm not gonna worry about that shit. We got Batman Begins, The Dark Knight, Dark Knight Rises. I wouldn't mind having those. In fact, I wouldn't mind having all of these Batman movies, even you, Batman and Robin, just for, you know, uniformity purposes. But I'm not in any big rush to get them. I got something to watch it on. There's Batman vs. Superman 2. Got a couple animated ones, and I think I've watched Gotham Knight, but I haven't watched Year One, I don't think. So there's that. Okay, I'm gonna scoot over. Okay, there's The Big Lebowski. A lot of people tell you it's overrated, but I like it. I think it's pretty good. Blade Runner, I actually wouldn't mind having that one, just because I would like to watch the theatrical cut of that movie. I've never seen it, but I've been interested in it. Blade Runner 2049, if you haven't seen it, check it out. It's awesome. Let's see here. Boogie Nights, of course. I like Paul Thomas Anderson. I think he's pretty good. Let's see. I started collecting the Marvel stuff and then just kind of lost interest. Same for Pixar, really. I had Pixar and then started collecting all the way up until like Brave, I think. I have a couple since then, like Inside Out, but you know, I stopped collecting all of them. But with the Marvel stuff, I think I stopped at Ant-Man, I want to say. I don't know, but there's that. So let's take a look here. It's gonna be really hard to get back there with that TV right there. I hope I can do that successfully. This is E.T. I actually bought this because I was curious. This one includes the edition with the crappy CGI stuff, and so I got that because I wanted to see how bad it was. It was super bad, like really, really terrible. There's Dune. I'm anxious for the remake, but even though this movie is probably bad on a technical level, I still like it. So, anyway, I guess. Oh yeah, here's Dogma. I think I have just about all of the Jay and Silent Bob stuff, so that's pretty cool, I guess. Moving on. Oh, Die Hards. You don't get one another good day or another day to Die Hard. You're terrible. Fuck you. Derailed. Good movie. Not a huge movie, but it was enjoyable. The Departed is good. Dark City. Okay, I'm gonna move over. Okay, we got Ed Wood. That's a pretty good one. That's back when freaking Tim Burton was not insane. Let's see. Eyes Wide Shut. Eternal Sunshine's a fantastic movie. Ferris Bueller, of course, classic. Frailties. I actually like Frailty. It's kind of amateurish. It has some problems, but it's good. I like it. The Fighter's great. The Final Countdown, also good. Fight Club goes without saying. It's fantastic. Fargo, everybody needs to see it. Should be required viewing. Here we get to my really interesting Friday the 13th story. So, Friday the 13th, the first 8 movies, all the way up to Jason Takes Manhattan, were done by Paramount. And then the Jason property was bought by New Line Cinema. And it was basically with the intention of doing a Freddy vs. Jason movie, but that didn't happen for a while. But, so I have this box set here, and that one includes the first 8 movies. And then I had to buy these 2 separately, and then of course here's Freddy vs. Jason. Now though, they have a way better deal on Blu-ray so that you can get those, not have to piecemeal that shit together. It looks way better on your shelf too. So there's the Futurama movies, Ghostbusters 1 and 2, The Godfathers, Grandma's Boy is really funny. There's my Halloween Blu-ray set, but there's a way better box set of Halloween on Blu-ray now. So, and it includes the producer's cut of Halloween 6, which I had to buy separately. So, we got Harry Potter's. Once again, not very pretty to look at on the shelf there. There's my Hobbits, not pretty to look at. By the time the last Hunger Games came out, I had basically lost interest in that, so I never bothered buying that movie. But I really should. I only saw it the once and enjoyed it, so. We got The Temple of Doom, Inception. I'm a big Christopher Nolan fan, so it goes without saying. Let's see here. We got Insomnia, Interstellar. There's, like I said, Inside Out. Iron Giant's great. Love it. Let's see here. Anything worth noting? Here's a 3-pack of Jurassic Park, and it's pretty cool, I guess, but that one right there came in like this metal tin, and that's Jurassic World. I never bothered with Kick-Ass 2, because Kick-Ass 2 was crappy. I did not care for that. There's all the King Kongs. Interesting. I just watched King Kong, I think it was 76 one. Yeah, 76. And surprisingly didn't hate it. I thought it was alright. Wasn't bad. These actually are super classy looking on the shelf here, my Lord of the Rings. These are just the DVDs. It's really bad they didn't put as much effort into later releases of that, because these just look like leather bound fucking they look like they smell like mahogany, as fucking Ron Burgundy would say. Let's see here. I don't really see. There's my Matrix stuff. Don't bother. Just watch the first one. Save yourself some time. I'm gonna move on over. Okay, we got The Manchurian Candidate. I actually really like that movie, but I like the remake too. A buddy of mine, he would fight you if you told him you liked the remake, but I enjoyed it. Like I said, there's a Matrix. There's a Mexico trilogy. Once Upon a Time in Mexico, Desperado, and El Mariachi, in reverse order from how I just gave it to you. I used to have Men in Black 2. Sorry about the wonky camera work. I ain't no Spielberg. I got rid of Men in Black 2 though. I don't like that movie. It's stupid. And I never bothered with buying the third one. So, that's back when there were only 3 Mission Impossibles. I have that one. I have Rogue Nation. I never bothered to get this last one. Whatever. Fallout. Yeah. I did watch it, and I liked it, but I didn't buy it. Let's see, Moon's good. The Mummy trilogy. Actually, this is the first 2 mummies, and then the Scorpion King. That edition actually predates. Sorry about you're probably seeing this light blinking. That is unavoidable, unfortunately. This predates the 3rd Mummy movie, The Tomb of the Dragon Emperor. No, I think that this was released at the same time, but this just has a Scorpion King movie instead of the 3rd Mummy movie. And at the time I was like, you know what, I'll just save the $5, and I mean, I'm not going to watch either one, either the Scorpion King or the 3rd Mummy, so fucking who cares. Night of the Living Dead, you can find that movie for fucking nothing. What's nice about this one is that this one is the Technicolor version, but as a special feature you can watch it in black and white, so let's just do that. We got all of the Freddy movies. Like I was talking to you earlier, I piecemealed that shit together, so there's box sets that look way more uniform than that you can stick on your shelf, but I ain't doing it. Here we got Pirates. I didn't fucking bother with the last Pirates movie that came out. I haven't even seen it. I started it and it was stupid, so I gave up. Planet of the Apes. These are all a box set, I think. Yeah, these are. And then this actually was a separate deal. This is the Tim Burton remake, and then these are 2 of the new ones. I didn't get the 3rd one yet. I need to. I didn't hate it, but I didn't care for it that much. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. I gotta move over. My arm's getting tired now. Alright, we're gonna pull two guys. There's my Predator stuff piecemeal together. There's Predators, but there's no way I would put the new Predator movie on there. You'd have to be insane. There's Prometheus, like I talked about earlier. Rat Race is funny, but I like It's a Mad Mad World a little bit better. Here's some Hitchcock stuff. I'd like to get more Hitchcock stuff, but here's RoboCop 1 and 2. I don't have them on, or I don't have the third one. We got The Rocketeer on Blu-ray. There's some Saw stuff. Those never get any airtime in this house, unfortunately. There's Scary Movies 1, 2, and 3. 4 I didn't care for that much. We got Scott Pilgrim. That movie's crazy. Anything else interesting? Social Network, I like that. Here's a series that I've gone through and rebought on every format that comes out, and I'll probably keep buying it every time, but that's the Star Trek movies. These are the Blu-rays. You can tell whenever I purchased them, because here's the 3 separate movies that came out after this release. I don't know if they have a box set. I haven't looked into it now. Here's Amazing Spider-Man 2. I have the first one, but I loaned it to somebody and never got it back. So there's that. Another series that I will eternally end up buying is here's Star Wars. I have this Blu-ray set, but I haven't bought any since it was initially released on Blu-ray. Here's episode 7 of Rogue One. Didn't like 8. Here's some old special feature stuff for some old DVDs that I had. Here's the Clone Wars, the original Clone Wars cartoon. That if you haven't seen it, you should check it out. It's Genndy Tartakovsky, right hot off the heels of Samurai Jack did these, but it's a great little cartoon. It's short watch too. It was originally just little like mini episodes in between cartoons, so it's pretty dope. We got, let's see here, Starship Trooper, all that crap, who cares? I do like the Super Mario Brothers movie. I'm sorry to disappoint you. I realize it's not good, but I like it, so it is what it is, bro. The Richard Donner cut of Superman 2, Superman on Blu-ray, and then we got this box set, and it includes like every Superman, everything ever released on DVD that was ever theatrical or anything. I think it even has some George Reeves stuff in there too, so it's actually a pretty good little set. I'm gonna move over again real quick. Give me just a second. Okay, here we've got Man of Steel. That one, let's see, some Sweeney Todd, whatever. Here I got my Terminators. These are old, man, from like back whenever DVDs were first a thing. And so, with these, I like to upgrade these Terminators. I don't really care about any of the other Terminator stuff. Genesis, really, the first 2 are all I care about. Anything after is kind of a joke. I haven't even watched Terminator Dark Fate. You know, who honestly cares? But they live. Awesome thing. This is a really cool collector's edition, some kind of anniversary of it. So I like that. Toy Story, once again, piecemeal. I bought this Beetlejuice and Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and Corpse Bride collection. Basically because the wife had never seen Beetlejuice, and I was like, fuck it. You know, that was like cheaper than buying it by itself. So here's the 2 Thors. Here's the 2 Trons. I'm going to make a video about Tron. We need to talk about that. But, let's see. We got True Lies, True Romance, True Mun, The Truman Show. You'll have to excuse that sound effect. My son's Christmas presents are making noise downstairs. You can kind of see what we got. We got Venom. Wonder Woman. Here's the X-Men releases. I used to think these X-Men releases were really cool, and then they came out with way better ones, so figure that out. But yeah, I put Logan down there even though it starts with the L, because you know, fuck it, who cares? There's a couple other things I want to show you. This is really cool here. This is, I think, the 15th anniversary set for Forrest Gump. Inside of it includes a, looks like a box of chocolates that has a feather in it, and like a book that has a bunch of like production stills and stuff like that. That's actually really fucking cool. So it's pretty neat. Oh, I can show you, do a little close-up of my Star Trek DVDs here though. Give me just a second. So here you see I got the original series on DVD. That's actually with the like altered, doctored up CGI bits, whatever. This is the original release of Star Trek: The Next Generation. These were expensive as fuck whenever they first came out. You would not believe. I'm sure the price has gone down since, but yeah, that was no joke. These, on the other hand, are way cheaper. These came out after, DVD been out a while. I'm sure that these were not the original first releases of the Star Treks, the Deep Space Nine and Voyager. This is all next gen, original series. Then we got Enterprise, and that one was the least expensive of all because it's only 4 seasons and less quality. So there's that. All right, I got a couple more things to show you, and then I'm gonna be out. I can't believe I almost made this video and didn't show this off. This thing's fucking dope as shit. So I'm trying to do it with one hand here. If you look, you'll see that's the Klingon, the traditional knife that they have, and yeah, the thing's fucking awesome. My dad got me that after I got out of basic training with the Army, so it's pretty fucking cool. Okay, a couple other things I wanted to show you. Don't mind the fucking mess down here, because there is one, you just can't see it. Instead, take a gander, if you will, at these. These are all my PlayStation 2 games. So, there's all that. Just take a good look at them, because I'm not going to go through them all one by one. You'll notice there's a lot of Guitar Hero stuff in here. And I used to play that a lot, but most of my controllers don't work at all now. So, anyway, behold its magnificent glory. I'm going to probably go through my PS3 and PS4 games too, because I just glossed over those real quick. But we'll do that in a second. Alright guys, so yeah, let's take a look here. First off, we got Alien Isolation. I was hesitant about buying that game, just because I knew that Alien games in recent history had not been typically very good. So I guess there's that. This is really good. Assassin's Creed Black Flag is awesome. And there's the end of the Arkham shit. I have a Call of Duty. I got that to kind of play with my nephew. I don't really play too many shooters, unfortunately. It's just not really my thing. But Dying Light is good. Fallout's good. That's another good shooter. I really got into Friday the 13th. That maybe got a lot of flack as being subpar. But if it is subpar, I guess it's a pretty fair representation of Friday the 13th then. So take that for what it is. We got Injustice and Injustice 2, Last Guardian. So I play the Eco games, as a lot of people know from my Let's Play days. Eco and Shadow of the Colossus. And The Last Guardian is the third in that series, but I haven't finished it, and I feel kind of bad about that, so I'm going to have to do that. Last of Us is great. We got Star Wars and Battlefront 2 right here. We got the Spider-Man game, which is awesome, by the way. If you get to check it out, do so. Yooka-Laylee. So, I mean, it's kind of an eclectic list. I really don't have much time to game, so I really don't buy that many, typically speaking. Usually, if I do, I wind up breaking out something else. So, like an older console. Let's see here. We got the Back to the Future game, Band Hero. The only reason I bought that is because I had a drum set and a mic that came with it, and it was like $60 or something like that. So, Arkham Asylums, Arkham City, Arkham Origins. We got the Bioshock Infinite. That Bioshock Infinite's actually a really cool copy because it includes the first game, and I didn't have it, so now I got all 3, and I just had to buy 2. Dead Island, Fallout 3, Game of the Year Edition. That's the way to go, because with Fallout 3, once you beat that game, you can't keep playing unless you have some of the DLC that came out. So that's the way. If you want to 100% that game and keep going after you're done with it, you need to get that. New Vegas, people like New Vegas. I don't think it's as good as 3, but that's just my opinion. There's the God of War collection, God of War 3. There's some GTAs, some Guitar Heroes, some Minecraft. I don't know, Red Dead Redemption. I still haven't played Red Dead 2. And then some Saints Row, Sonic Racing, South Park games, and some Star Wars stuff. So I guess there's that. Alright, let's move on. Hey there guys, I was recording and then I realized that I couldn't really see. So I went and turned on the light here. Here I got some N64 stuff. You can see I got my console back there. Hopefully you can see it. There it is. Here's some controllers. I'm gonna be completely honest with you because the controller's so awkward on the N64, but I actually like this bad boy because it's an aftermarket, but the thumbstick's nice and responsive. And these tend to not have, they got a little bit more play to them, you know what I'm saying? Look at that. Look at that. I'm not even putting any pressure on it. And there, now I'm, you know, but I shouldn't do that, you know. Here I have just a bunch of old controllers. There's like aftermarket N64. There's the original Genesis. There's aftermarket PS2, you know, so there's some of that stuff. Right here I've got this bad boy is called a Retro Duo, and I'm using it because I'm trying to save on the RCA cable space on this little RCA box there. But I've got this that plays NES games, and that plays SNES games right there, so that's cool. And if you look back there way far, you can see I got my Slim PS3 back there. So that's that. Okay, so I wanted to show you guys this too. People often ask, inquiring minds, if all your movies are up there, then how do you watch them? Especially if you're trying to get behind the TV right there to get up there. You can't do it, you know, it's not convenient at all. I actually keep my movies in these. These are all like CD notebooks, you know. But if you'll notice, like, here we go. I got them all. Well, I haven't alphabetized them in a while. That's what those stacks are down there. But, you know, I had them all alphabetized at one point. I need to do it again, but that's really the best way that I have of keeping up with it. It just takes a lot of time if you're going to do it alphabetically. You basically have to alphabetize your entire collection. So, but anyway, guys, that's my setup here. I think it's pretty neat. I'd like to see it expand, but I'm pretty content with how things are for the time being. You know, I wanted to also just let you guys know how much I appreciate y'all, and let you know that I'm looking forward to talking with you more, and we'll see you next time. Bye.